everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is all about the Celine Classic Box Bag. I have mine here in the medium size in the smooth polished calfskin. Mine is in the black leather with the aged gold hardware. I am going to talk about the different sizes that this bag comes in. There is the medium, the teen, and the small. I will show you the measurements, and I've figured out a creative way to show you side-by-side comparisons without actually owning the other two sizes, so stay tuned for that in a minute. I will also share with you the prices of each bag according to size. And I'll talk a little bit about the two different types of leathers because, like I said, this is a smoother, polished calfskin that I think some people are afraid of getting nicked and scratched. I've owned this bag for just a couple of weeks and I've used it on a few occasions, and so far it's holding up fine, but who knows what it'll look like in a year or two. Then there is a more durable leather that is a bit more scratch resistant, and I can share a bit about that as well. And I'll talk about the different colors of the bag that I've seen because there are a variety of colors that this comes in. And because I've owned this for a little while, I can also share my first impressions and some pros and cons, as well as open up the bag and just kind of show you every little nook and cranny so you can see what it looks like, how functional it is, and the construction. So let's get started. So first of all, there are three sizes like I mentioned. This is the medium, and then we have the teen size, which is newer. And the teen size is actually really cute. It's more of a mini size, but it does fit an iPhone 7 Plus. I tested it out at the boutique. So let me give you a quick show of what I did here to give you a comparison. I measured out the dimensions of the Celine teen size to give you a little bit of an idea of how different it is compared to the medium. So the medium runs 9 inches across with 7 inches in height and then 3 inches in depth. The teen size is actually a little bit thinner, so it'll be 2 inches in depth. And then obviously the front facing portion is smaller, so I cut out a piece of construction paper that I took from my kids art supply area, and so it runs 7 inches in length, 6 inches in height, and then like I said 2 inches in depth, so a little bit thinner. But roughly, to give you an idea, it kind of sits like that. And I do have an iPhone 7 Plus, like I mentioned, and it fits quite nicely. I was able to easily put it in and pull it out without any trouble. Now there is the smallest size, which has been around for a while, and that's this size here. As you can see, it's quite substantial. When you look at the small and the teen side by side on a shelf, they look like they're twins, but if you look very, very carefully, there is a substantial difference because in the small size here, it runs 6 inches across, 5 inches in height, and then it's a little bit thicker. It goes back to the 3 inches, which is the original on the medium. But unfortunately, it does not fit my iPhone 7 Plus. It was very difficult. To give you an idea of how it was, it is pretty much the same length as the iPhone 7 Plus case, and so I would have to really jam it in there with the risk of ruining the sides of the leather. So I don't think that the small size is very practical for me. If you have a smaller phone or you don't mind carrying your phone separately, then maybe this is a cute option for you. The smallest size currently retails for $3,100, and then the teen size, like I mentioned, is the newer version, is running for $3,250, so there's a $150 price difference between these two. And then the medium size, interestingly, was priced at $4,350, which is a hefty price tag, but Celine actually lowered the price by $400, so this now retails for $3,950, which is still expensive, but it puts it in closer range to the other two. So this is $700 more than the teen size. I do think that the medium is a super classic size and that it's very, very functional for everyday use. It's a little on the heavier side because it's all leather. Obviously, it's going to weigh more than something that's partially leather or canvas. I know for those of you who follow me on my Instagram at Hello Catwalk City, you saw some photos that I posted right after I purchased this beauty, and I had a side-by-side with my Louis Pochette Metis. They are nearly identical in size, so they look like twins. I was jokingly saying that I found a sister for my Pochette Metis. But obviously the Pochette Metis is much, much lighter because it's canvas. And this is going to be just heftier, and there's going to be much more weight when you hang it on your shoulder. So let me just talk a little bit about the leather. This is the polished, more smooth calfskin. It does come in the liege leather, which has more texture and grain to it and is definitely more scratch resistant and probably a little bit safer to get drizzled on in the rain if you were to ever get caught, whereas this you would not want to get wet. If you look really closely, there is this very, very subtle texture here running across horizontally. So I would say that same texture is just much more pronounced on the liege leather, and then because there's more texture and grain, it also looks very matte compared to this. And if you are in love with this style and the look of this bag, but you're afraid that having this smooth leather is going to be too much maintenance, or you might have to fuss over it too much, or it might get you feeling stressed, then perhaps the liege leather is a good option for you. For me, if I was going to purchase this bag, I was only going to get the smooth polished leather because this is the look that I was going for. I wanted a very clean, sleek, minimalist look, and if I wanted a more durable textured bag, I probably would have purchased something else. But that's just my personal take on it, and I think that if you're into the liege leather and you want to get that type for this bag, go for it. It's a beautifully constructed bag. It's very durable. I will show you every little edge and open up for the inside in a minute. The colors also, obviously I purchased this in black. I tend to gravitate towards black, and then my second favorite color is usually camel. But this bag comes in a variety of beautiful colors. I have seen it in different shades of blue, different shades of red. I've seen a pale pink that's really pretty, a pale blue. I've seen cream. I've seen all kinds of different shades of brown, actually, not just one. And there was one that was like a nutmeg color that was really pretty, especially for the fall. There was also a deep forest green color that was really classy looking. So I would say if you're not familiar with the colors, you may want to just hop onto the Celine website and just check out what they offer, because you can really have some fun with this bag. It is a very understated, simple looking bag, but I think you can have some fun with the color if this might be a little too boring for you in black or another neutral color. Okay, so let me get into the inside here. This is how you open it. It's hard to do one-handed, so that's going to be one of my cons that I'll get into a little bit later, but you do have to press this part down in order to release the flap. And only when you open it do you see any kind of branding or logo. So on the inside it says Celine Paris, and then on the very, very, very inside here, the gold hardware. I don't know if you can pick that up, but it has Celine kind of pressed or stamped onto the hardware, which I think is nice. The level of detail and intricacy, is quite appreciated. And then one of my favorite parts of this bag is the inside. So two things. When you open it, it's kind of like a surprise because there's this accordion style, so many compartments. You guys have watched my other videos. You know I love compartments. It helps to keep me organized. It looks very tidy in my opinion. So I love the accordion and the compartments. I also love the fact that Celine actually put all lambskin on the inside, so starting from the interior flap all the way into the pockets and compartments, it's all buttery soft lambskin. It's such a nice feeling when you go in and out to take your items out of the bag. It just feels so good. So I know they could have probably saved some money by just making this canvas or maybe even calfskin or microfiber, and then the bag would probably be less expensive, but I think it's totally worth it because it just adds to the bag's luxuriousness. And so on the inside, in the first compartment you have, it's a little hard to see because it's black, but in the camera hopefully you can see there's one small pocket here and another one identical to it on the other side, and then this is one large compartment. So this, I can show you, fits very nicely in terms of like your card holder or any size card holder. I think should fit. Mine is a little bit smaller, but I'll show you when you plop it in standing up like that, there's still about a, I don't know, couple of centimeters of space, so if you have a wider card holder, it should still fit very nicely. And then you have another pocket here for some other knickknacks. And then in the front, I usually put my phone. So I do have the iPhone 7 Plus. I'm just going to use the case because I'm filming with my phone right now, and that plops in very easily. It's quite deep, so there's a lot of space still afterwards. And then, of course, my trusty Louis Vuitton mini pochette that I seem to take with me everywhere now. I'm a little addicted to this little thing. So that plops in the back compartment, which is the largest compartment. You've got like a full inch here that opens up, and like I said, it's quite deep, so it goes right in, and then you could even plop some keys along the side here, some sunglasses. You'll have a zippered flat compartment in the back. I would use this for, let's say, my passport if I'm traveling, or some larger bills just for safety reasons. You could even put a flatter notepad in here, so it's nice to have, or maybe even some feminine hygiene products for discretion. So the inside is just lovely, and then you do have this strap. It is adjustable with these two pieces of rectangle hardware here, and you can actually pull it off and take the entire strap off. So the sales associate showed me that once you take off the strap, you can actually hold this like a clutch, which is kind of cute. Personally, I probably would not use this as a clutch because it's a little heavy and it's a little boxy for my taste. I prefer my clutches to be light and a little smaller, but maybe with the teen size, you could certainly do that. I could see that being really cute. And I do prefer to wear this crossbody. I feel like it sits super nice, a little bit higher than how I would wear my other crossbodies. And I don't know why that is, but I think it's just the structure and the simplicity of the bag kind of sitting up and more prominently higher on your body. I think it looks really good. I've seen it worn that way on many people and many different body types, and it always seems to look good. There are some sirens in the background, so I apologize for that. Let's see how long they're going to take before they pass. Oh boy, I think there are multiple sirens. So here we have the little clasp to hold the strap in place. There are multiple holes, so you can make the strap longer or shorter. Now, I will get into a little bit of the cons, and I'm being super nitpicky here. There aren't a whole lot of cons, but aside from the bag being a little bit heavy, which I can't complain, because if you're buying a very structured, well-constructed bag that has layers and layers of all leather plus hardware, it's going to be heavy. So I knew that going in. I didn't expect this to be light, but I just wanted to call that out in case you have back problems or neck problems or shoulder aches and you really need a lighter bag. This is probably not the one I would recommend for you. And then this piece here, these two pieces of hardware, the corners are quite sharp. So if I brush my fingertip on it very roughly, I could certainly puncture my skin. And yeah, if I'm in a rush, I could probably scrape against something and tear my skin, or maybe get it caught on knitwear. So I do wish that these pieces were a little bit more rounded. But not a big deal. There's only two pieces. There was a moment where I was wearing this and my hair got caught, so a couple of strands got yanked out by getting stuck inside here, so that wasn't great. So if those kinds of things annoy you for the price that you're about to pay for something like this, maybe, I don't know if, I don't know if it's something you want to tolerate, if it's a big deal or a little deal for you. For me, it's not that big of a deal. There are times also where these pieces could dig into you. If you're wearing it crossbody, for example, it might dig into your side, of your neck or shoulder. And what you do is you just kind of scooch this over. So the sales associate showed this to me. You just pull it over and you can either put it to the back or to the side. The only thing is this will tend to shift if you're wearing it for long periods of times. And so if you're wearing it for hours during the day, it might just scooch itself over and then you might have to readjust it. So minor things, definitely not enough to deter me from purchasing the bag again. I still absolutely adore this bag. I think it's classic, understated, very discreet. If I'm traveling or if I'm in a place where I don't want anyone to know that I'm wearing designer and I don't want it screaming luxe, then I think this bag is really great, because unless you are into designer handbags, you would not know what this is, and you wouldn't know that it is even Celine. Now this clasp here, it does stick out, and you would think that, oh, is the same problem going to happen here, where this could cut you or snag or dig into you. Actually, for some reason, Celine actually rounded the corners more on the clasp than on these little mini rectangular pieces. So I'm not as concerned here. Even though it sticks out at an angle, it's not been an issue. The other thing that bothers me maybe a little bit more than the corners is the fact that I cannot open and close this bag one-handed. I mean, I'm sure if I played around with it a bit and got more comfortable, I could over time, but generally speaking, this is a two-handed open and close bag. So you do need one hand to push down the clasp and then another to pull up the flap, and then the same when you close, you do have to match up the opening with the little rectangular piece on the inside. Because if I try to do it with one hand, I mean, it doesn't even come out. Let's see. I guess I could do it with my thumb like this, and then it is possible. So I've only owned this bag for a few weeks, and maybe I need more practice, but I just don't think it's the easiest to get in and out of, which I'm okay with. If I'm in a rush and I know I'll be running around a lot, I probably won't use this one. I'll probably use one that's a little bit easier to use. So let me also show you a quick side-by-side. I know that you guys really want me to do a side-by-side comparison with the the Pochette Metis. I had received quite a few DMs asking for that, and I will absolutely make a separate video dedicated to a side-by-side, but I just wanted to show you quickly. The sizing is very, very similar. Very similar. See if I can do this. Yeah, it's super similar to the Pochette Metis for those of you who own this bag, just to give you an idea. This is why I call them sisters. But I do think that the Louis Vuitton Pochette Metis holds more. So when I do the side-by-side comparison, I'll show you why I say that. And obviously this is going to be lighter. Also, just going back to the teen size and the small size. These are my paper constructions of them. So this is the teen size, which I think is a good size if you have a larger phone. This one is the smallest, the small size. You guys know that I have the Saint Laurent Toy LouLou, and I wanted to show you how it compares, because sometimes I think people think that Toy LouLou is super tiny because it's such a cute little mini bag, but actually it packs a punch and it does fit all of my essentials with no problem whatsoever, including my phone. And the Celine small box bag is definitely noticeably smaller, and that's why my phone does not fit in this size. So I wanted to show that to you. If you guys were considering the small size box bag, just know that you're getting a bag that has less capacity than the Toy LouLou. And then the teen size would kind of be like in between, sort of similar to this one actually. Maybe a little bit taller than the Toy LouLou, but yeah, it's actually very similar. I hadn't actually noticed that. So if you have the Toy LouLou or you've seen it and you like the size and you like what it holds, then maybe the teen size is comparable for you. So I hope that's helpful. I would love for you guys to give this video a thumbs up if you did find this to be helpful in any way. And if you have any questions, of course, let me know in the comment section below. And if you're new to my channel and haven't subscribed yet, I would love for you to join. We're all about designer handbags and just sharing tips and advice and having lots of fun and building a community here. So I'd love for you to join the crew. Okay, till next time. Bye-bye.